I want you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And wherever it is that you're listening to this recording, I want you to begin to think about what relaxation means for you. Whether it's sitting on a beach, sitting on the couch, sleeping, maybe even a long walk. I want you just to give yourself a peace of mind that relaxation has many different meanings, but it's absolutely something that you can have. And as you begin to relax right now, I'd like you to go ahead and open your eyes. And I'd like you to just find one place that you can look at that's directly ahead of your gaze. And that as you stare at that place, as you allow your eyes to begin to focus in on what you can see, noticing any patterns, any shapes, any colors, or distinguishing features about that spot, you might find that while you begin to focus your eyes, it might actually begin to feel quite the opposite. That your eyes begin to feel quite heavy, quite unfocused. But whether your eyes begin to feel very focused or unfocused, both are correct. But I'd like you to have the experience of either the focus or the unfocus, and to let that experience become greater. Allow it to happen. And what I'd also like to do is draw your attention to your breathing. Now, your breath is part of your subconscious mind, part of your innate ability to just simply breathe without thinking about it. But I'd like you to take a conscious control of your breath right now, to feel the oxygen and to move it deeper into the body, as if you could almost for just a moment breathe into your stomach. And that as you exhale, each breath, I want you to feel the relaxation move through your body. How when you breathe in, your chest moves up, your stomach might move up. But as you exhale, your body can relax down. And then what I'd like you to do after a few more breaths is I'd like you to tie your eyes and your breathing together. And what that means is, just like when you pull a shade down in the window, I'd like you to begin to imagine that your eyelids, with each exhale, could begin to get heavier and heavier. That each exhale, your eyes begin to close, slowly at first, and then it becomes actually harder and harder to keep them open. And that when you're ready, you'll allow your eyes to close. And it's not that you're going to enter into the hypnotic sleep when they close. You're simply going to move into a state of a different type of awareness, where we can let go of what you see and what you know to be true with your eyes. And so if your eyes aren't closed yet, I'd like you to go ahead and just let them close right now, so that you can stare out into that dark twilighty expanse behind your eyelids, or even there in the center of your forehead. A place of infinite possibilities. A place where anything can happen. Because right now in this moment, this is time for you to create the changes that you'd like in your life. And the more you relax, the more you let go, the more you can have the things that you'd like in your life. That these changes can become new behavioral patterns, ways of thinking, perspectives that can help you move forward in your life. And so as we begin to take a moment to just feel your body, becoming very aware of wherever you're sitting or laying, taking a moment to just simply listen to the sounds around you, the sound of my voice. Taking a moment now that just as you can listen with your ears, you can listen with your body. That as we draw your awareness down to your toes, thinking about the toes on the left foot and the right, remembering what they might look like, but how they feel in this moment. Each toe on the left foot and the right might begin to feel like there's a light tingling sensation in them, like a warm blanket that could be wrapped around your feet, just like when you tuck yourself in at night in bed. We can begin to draw this blanket of relaxation from the feet up and over the body. And so, just as we did with your eyes, each inhale this time, each breath in, helps you control the blanket. Imagining what it would be like, feel like, and look like to slowly draw this blanket up from the feet, over the ankles, up into the shins, drawing it up over the knees and the thighs. How slowly it can move and how calmly it allows the body to let go. Because as it rests over your waist right now, you can begin to think about a piece of ice. That when ice melts in the warm sun, you might not see every drip on the ice, but you certainly can begin to notice the pool of fluid, calm water around the ice that begins to form. Your body, just like the ice, can begin to melt down, melting away any tension, tightness, worry, stress, or anxiety, so that you can feel this heavy, calm, loose, and peaceful relaxation all through the body. Because stress and relaxation cannot coexist. And wouldn't it feel so good to have a choice in how relaxed you can become? So as you take control of your relaxation and begin to just melt down and let go, that right now you consciously know that you certainly could move your legs, but it would feel so much better to just let them rest, to lay calmly and peacefully. And that as we continue to move the relaxation up over the stomach and the lower back, as if your spine were like stairs, that the relaxation could move up one by one each vertebra, from the lower back all the way up to the base of the neck and over into the shoulders. That as your shoulders relax, we can continue to move the relaxation from the stomach into the chest. This calmness that can move over the shoulders like the weight of the world. Any worry, pressure, stress, like a heavy backpack that we can begin to empty out of any negative emotions so that you can begin to feel a lightness, a relief, a release, a calmness that you can have. And as you take the weight of the world off your back, the shoulders begin to drop down, your neck relaxing, that you can remember what it's like when you fall asleep at night, sitting up and your head rolls to the left, to the right. That softness in your neck that slides down the shoulders and into the arms, down the biceps, down the elbows, all the way to the wrists. As if your palms were open to these new things and changes, like gifts. You can begin to feel a light tingling sensation as we count each finger from the left hand pinky all the way to the right. How in control you can be of change when you let go of these old ways of being, the heaviness that no longer defines you, the stress, the worry, the anxiety that no longer consumes you. Because you're in control. You're in control. You're in control of the changes that you'd like in your life. And so as we count each finger from 10 to 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, so that at 0, you can let go completely. At 0, you enter quickly, calmly, soundly, and deeply into this deep relaxation where we can begin to calm the mind as much as the body. As if you could imagine a bubble of warm, soothing liquid sliding down over the top of the head, moving down through the hair and the scalp, over the eyes and the forehead, down over the jaw, down over the mouth, and down the throat. That as if we could begin to move through the mind, to fill the mind with thoughts of the word calm, how the vibration of calm can actually begin to calm the mind. Because the things that you want, this change, it can be easier than you think. It doesn't have to be hard. Because your weight in this temporary state does not define you. And when it doesn't define you, it allows you to open the mind to the things that you want. To be in control of food. That you can change your relationship with food. Where the mind can say, I'm in control. Because as you take control, the things that had once weighed heavily on you begin to go away. And you begin to be given these opportunities for how good change can feel. How healthy you can be. How you can now begin to enjoy life without any worries that you're being restricted in what you can eat. Because your stomach, it can begin to dictate to your mind more clearly now. Hungry, not hungry, satisfied, and not satisfied. And your mind can begin to listen. That you can begin to let go of the idea that food controls you. Because it doesn't. You're in control of what you choose to eat and what you choose not to eat. And so as we begin to move into the mind, into the control room of the brain, we can begin to create space for the idea that you don't always have to think about food, because your stomach knows how to tell you when it's hungry. And that as the size of your stomach begins to shrink down, portions become much easier. That you just don't overeat anymore. You just don't need to. You don't have to. And you don't want to. Because nothing tastes as good as controlled feel. And you can begin to think yourself thin. Letting the weight slide off, melt off, because your weight doesn't define you. And as you begin to lose the weight, you have this balance in your life. You are always in control. And that you don't have to be scared of what life will be like when you do lose the weight. Because your life will be fulfilling. And your relationship with food will be in control. And I want you to remember that you are more than your weight. It's time to take control of your life, to become happy, to become in control, and to create the space in your mind that you're worth the change, and that it can become easy. So as we go deeper, from 5 to 4, 3, 2, 1. At 0, going deeper down. You can do this. We begin to increase your confidence in yourself and this new relationship you can have with food. So that as we prepare to bring you up and out of the hypnotic sleep, that as we come up, your confidence grows. This new alignment and balance. From 0, though, we go deeper down into the hypnotic sleep. As we come up calmly and slowly to 1, 2, doubling your confidence. 3, 4, and 5. With your eyes open and wide awake.